Fucking 41 years old, man. No, nah, man. I'm gonna do this shit on my own time. You know what I'm saying? I own these shits. I should be proud of owning my emotions.
Did we talk about it on? So somebody wanted to play devil's advocate. I'm not going to say the person's name, and saying, not on here.
I'm ready.
Is Trump a racist?
I always wanted to ask you guys that question.
Is he a racist? And I was thinking about it last night. I'm like,
it's definitely baiting.
I can say yes to that, but I can also
say yes.
I can also say no.
Yeah, of course you can say yes.
I can give you examples as to why no.
I don't think he's a racist. I think he's weaponized racism.
Baiting it.
He's
Right.
weaponizing it.
Right.
Yeah.
He's weapon.
Right.
Hey, I don't think he gives a fuck about black, white,
He
brown.
gives a shit.
It's green and credit.
Yeah.
Loan.
Get out of red.
What
Get out of
money
red.
can I get? That's it.
Right.
Cost.
Get out of this red.
He's a capitalist and he's just a sociopath too. So he will use racism.
I think he's like too egotistical to even be a racist. Like to even put himself in a class, like say I'm a racist.
Right. Like I'm above white.
Yeah. Like,
I'm not just white.
I'm above
I'm
that.
Donald.
Oh, come on.
Like
I'm Donald.
So
I'm
you're
not
comparing
white.
me to David Duke.
Yeah.
I'm no David Duke.
I'm no David Duke.
Come on.
David Duke wishes.
You know?
Yeah.
Exactly.
Right.
I'm the president, though.
Yeah, like
But will he weaponize the fuck out of racism?
absolutely.
And again,
You're seeing it.
To your point, Kaba, you're a man of enough mental fortitude to own your emotions. To that person, that hypothetical person that we were talking about in the middle of the country who doesn't have that same capability, they are becoming influenced. That's how you get this Rittenhouse 17-year-old kid leaving his state to go to Kenosha, shoots 3 people, kills 2 people. Just influenced. Who was the other one that shot up the Walmart in Mexico, not in Mexico, in Texas, aimed at the killing Mexicans?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because they are getting emboldened and empowered by his rhetoric, and he's just spewing it because it helps his poll numbers so he can stay in position of power.
But do you see how it works in all ways? Do you see how it can also, in about another couple of years, depending on how this continues to snowball, if this even is a snowball, but if it does, can you see how, maybe this is just the worst case scenario, but can you see how the opposite can also be true? Can you see how I can be so scared from a black and brown perspective that now I feel like I need to arm up, and if there is any type of white people that I see that may be there may be any contentiousness,
Look a little too proud.
yo, right?
A little too proud.
You can see how right now there's puppetry, right? They're playing with us, and the strings are our emotions, and because of that, I just don't see people thinking it through to say, well, what if there is a worst case scenario? A, do we go there? Because I'm down. Or B, do we mitigate it? And and is there a better way, right? Is there a way right now? I think people should feel empowered by whatever happened last night and by whatever's going on, because there's a display of, if anything, there was a building there once and nobody knew what the fuck was inside that building, and everybody screamed about getting inside of that building.
You got to look into the window last night.
And this motherfucker is tearing down walls that either, I know a lot of people are co-signing. Oh, no, we wanted that wall down. That's fine. Yeah, we wanted a huge window there. He's exposing shit that now we should feel empowered to be like, oh, we understand that there's things that, A, are in our control, and there are things that are not in our control. Why are those things not in our control if we have a constitutional right and this is supposed to be for the people and by the people?
That's a good question. Like the Supreme Court Justice. Not in our control.
We're being told. That's not what America is, right? So that's what confuses me, right? That's when I see the American flag is now.
Sounds like you guys are ready to pod. Sounds like you guys are ready to pod.
I've been podding already. You missed all that?
You ready to pod?
Nah,
Bubby, you ready to pod?
Recording that.
All right, Bubby, let's go.
I like it.
I'm ready.
I think Alex is ready to pod.
Did you say Bubby?
I think Alex.
Huh?
Bubby.
I think he called you Bubby.
Oh, Bubby.
We're keeping that going?
100%.
Let me first start off by saying I woke up at 5 o'clock this morning, like, to mad text. Reem going crazy about
Voice text.
this election. The only person that I know that uses the voice memo.
Had to get my point out there.
He said, I'm not typing all that.
Yeah.
Right, I got something to say.
After that debate, this is the only song in my mind.
Because like when you start to type all that, it doesn't come out how you want to say it.
I hear it.
You don't hear the inflections
you
in my
misspell
voice.
something. It's like,
I need this.
But then I was like, wait, is he telling the Supreme Leader what to intro?
Yeah.
I didn't like that. The
I need-
ego.
You didn't
Supreme
like-
Leader
I needed
didn't like
that.
that.
I needed that, dog.
But be-
Gracious. Thank you.
But because Supreme Leader is a benevolent leader, he decided to,
So great.
you're a servant. You're a servant leader.
Yeah, I got to make sure that my subordinates are okay.
A true man of the people.
Yeah.
Did you call it
True man.
subordinate?
Yeah.
Subordinate. Looked right at the black side of the table, too.
Yo.
Right at me.
He just called you
Right
subordinates.
You're just going to exclude yourself out of that.
Yeah, he definitely
Not even looking my way.
Look at
He
me.
was just looking.
Look at me. He looked right in this vicinity.
After last night, Alex, this is what we're going to do.
We're ready to go
Alex is
today. I'm
going
ready to
crazy.
pod.
All right.
I'm ready to pod.
Okay. You sound like you got something else in the works or something.
What do you mean?
Oh, I don't know. You got another song in the works or something?
Hey, Joe.
Nah, not me.
My man Joe had that gun last night. Do, 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 do. My man Joe was blicking off.
And Joe didn't look
yesterday.
like death.
No.
He didn't look like death
Nah, the
last
makeup
night.
was good.
Yeah.
The makeup was good.
Like that.
The makeup was good.
Let's go. Let's go, because this is how I'm feeling today.
Oh yeah,
This is how I'm feeling today.
I like it.
That's how I'm feeling today.
I was actually just listening to that new Jay Electronica, that last Jay Electronica album. Thinking we need to go back to that one too.
The one with Jay-Z? Jay-Z's album.
Yeah, it's fire.
Jay-Z's album. Jay-Z's album with Jay Electronica.
Hold on a second. I'm at hot.
J&J.
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 It's definitely
Nah.
It's going to be the Supreme Takeover today. God damn, these guys were good.
Nas?
Yeah, those guys are good.
Who else is it?
Huh?
Who was it? The Firm? Who is this? Cormega?
By the way, I can
What?
take the life of somebody I know if necessary.
Okay. All right. You know, I was going to ask the next question because it always brings me that line where he talks.
I will do everything in my power not to. Everything. Everything. But yes, I can.
I was bringing it back to when he said, talking about the military. I have cousins in the military, and as far as I'm concerned, they died when they registered. That line always brings me to Smooth.
I felt that way.
Oh,
I
not
told
just
him.
me. Did you?
I
Good.
played the song for him.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Not only did I play it for
ironic.
him, I played it for Christian too. Like I was like, yo, I feel this way about you guys.
There's another smooth in the
Draft
crew.
Dodgers.
There's another smooth in the crew that went to the army.
Is that right?
Yeah.
Did he go to
It's every
Marines?
country.
I don't know if he was in. I don't know what arm, but yes, and he's different.
Yeah. Yeah.
What up, gentlemen? How we doing?
I'm shaking. So who was that last album? That last track? Who was that?
That press.
They're press.
Oh, okay.
That press. You know.
All right. Yeah. that's
Seems like they have a song for everything that's going on right now.
Before Supreme.
Before Supreme.
Before Supreme.
Before Supreme.
they
Yeah.
can't-
Yo, let me.
They can't make They can't make a song like that right now.
Siente doce.
You wouldn't believe it.
I don't know. I don't know. That workout too is pretty. It's a pretty dope album. Shout
Have
out
you
to
heard, haven't heard it?
Shout
Haven't
out
heard
to
it.
Stick.
Oh,
I think they could make a song like that. I think it'll be a different song though.
Nah, they got the vibe's different.
I'm not. I was 100% there at that point in time. I am half there.
half.
Half.
So you're still half in. Okay.
Half. It's
All
just
right.
not the
How
half
can
that's
one
there.
signing
no,
take you
half
that far
step
out of a
it.
group?
How come one what?
The one signing is why y'all don't fuck with them no more because they commercial.
No. I never said I don't fuck with them.
Oh no.
Oh, okay.
I don't know where. I keep telling you. I don't know where this spooked by that theory, dog. I don't know how I feel about it. I don't know how I feel about it. I don't know how I feel about it.
It's just real sometimes.
So, but I get it. You got to make money, right?
Happy Wednesday, fellas.
Happy Wednesday. Episode 112, 113?
112.
113.
130. We was high last week.
Yeah.
Yeah,
What a podcast that one was.
That one was a good one.
So I was gonna text. I was like, "Is that the reason why we ain't received?" I'm like, "Yo, I didn't fuck up this time. It wasn't me.
No, I was.
Was that your energy?
That was-
Was that your energy?
No,
You left.
Say, this is-
you left here with that energy the day of the.
This is
podcast.
why we have to come in as a group and do this together. You can't just have me controlling everything because sometimes I just don't feel. I couldn't find a clip that I enjoyed to put out to the
Jesus,
world.
don't tell the world that.
I got it. I hold you guys to very high standards. You
couldn't
guys are
find
very,
Oh, man, I could've
very
found- I
highly.
could've found so many
I was
clips.
about to say, I
So many clips.
Oh, we can still do it. It's not. I mean, it's not like it's over.
thought I had a monumental moment at one point. I feel like I hit like real clarity at one
Was you?
point. it was brief, maybe like 7 seconds, but for a minute I was on the mountaintop. I was there.
I listened back to it. I thought it was good.
I did too.
I thought it was.
I wasn't as.
It was caught off guard. It was an off guard.
Why am
We
I
had
so
something
hot?
to talk about, right? Like we had those plans, and those plans were just like,
Fuck you. Fuck you right out the window.
we're
Which
out
is
the
I'm not mad at. You know what I mean? It wasn't what we normally. Like I said, I hold us to higher standards,
It was a
right?
bad game.
It was a bad game
was a bad
for
game.
me.
Bad game?
Oh, man.
Did we still win? Did we
For
still?
me.
Did we still win?
For me.
Did we still win? Did we still win? Though?
I don't know. What do you-
We
tell
always
me.
win. As long as we're here every Wednesday.
I saw a
we win.
5,000.
So it's just a
I
bad
saw a
game.
5,000.
I saw 5,000.
Yeah, it was a bad game, but we still won.
Nah, we won.
Yeah, we still won.
Yeah,
See, I like that.
We take no else. We take no else.
yeah,
I know it took L
Still
last night.
5,000 though.
Still 5.
Come on, man.
yeah.
Stop that.
How much? 995,000.
Yeah, a lot more to go. A lot more to
A
go.
lot more.
Let's get
Hey.
there. Let's get there.
No, yeah, that was 5,000 downloads. That's why we were just gave ourselves a quick round of applause.
Shout
for
out to
anybody.
y'all.
Yeah,
Shout out to y'all.
absolutely,
Thank
man.
you.
Thank you for listening. I don't know why, but I get it.
I do.
Because of episode
Supreme
112.
leader.
Because episode
And
112.
Because of
112.
episode 112.
Never know what to expect here.
Oh yeah.
Podcast is like a box of chocolates. Yes, how are your weekends?
Weekend was good. Went apple picking.
Okay, I was gonna do that. I think I was scheduled to do that, and then we had something else to do. So, but that's coming up.
Yeah,
I never
yeah.
did it before.
That was good. That was good. I could
done it.
recommend the spot because there was
I can't think of the spot.
there was trees and there was apples on these trees that was out of control. Like it was. I'd probably been apple picking like 3 times. This
Yeah.
was the first time. It was like, oh,
Really?
right there.
Really?
They're right there. Like I don't have to mound like 3 kids on top of my shoulders to grab apples.
It's like not even a full extension of the arm.
Yeah,
huh?
Not like we had my little nephews and they were able to grab apples.
Tell me how apple picking isn't the car insurance of fall activity. Meaning like car insurance is shit that you have to do, right? You pay a shitload of it, don't get anything in return because you go to the store, you can buy a bag of apples for about $7.
7
Right.
easy.
You go to the farm, 40. You're not getting out of there less than $40.
You're not getting that.
No.
No,
You're not getting as many apples either.
you're not getting as many.
Okay, all right. Wait a minute.
I brought apples here.
How good? All right.
Yeah, you can taste it.
I was gonna ask, how good are these apples? I could just if I could just get a bag for like $2.
No, they're gonna be great, but like you gotta do shit with them. You know, make pies, and turnovers,
yeah, yeah.
and
Yeah, you got to do
apple
shit.
pancakes, and because you just not go. I'm not an apple
No,
eater like that.
yeah, I'm not gonna. Yeah,
To sit there and pound 3 apples a day, that's not gonna happen.
No.
for me. But yeah, I just think about because I keep telling I was thinking about going. I keep telling myself I should do it, but then I think about the cost. I'm just like, man, fuck them apples.
I feel you. Because you're really just paying for the experiment for the experience. You know
Right,
what
the
I'm saying?
outside.
How long?
trees.
How long were you out there?
Because
Because I can't imagine you're out there very long. No.
the kids only made it for about an hour.
An hour? It takes
Maybe
an-
not even that long. Maybe not even that long.
Can you bring like a picnic basket and lay out a blanket?
You don't want to do that.
No.
Nah. Where do you think you want to do that? Like under an apple tree?
No, I'm assuming that they're like grown in rows or.
Oh no!
Something like that,
I see what
it
you're
might
saying.
be-
Nah, you don't want to. You don't want to do that for multiple reasons. One, there's apples and rotten apples everywhere.
Right.
Everywhere. There's people walking by. There's kids.
No, it's not a sexy.
It's just not. Yeah, it's just not sexy.
I
It's
get
not. It's not sexy.
Definitely not doing it.
There was this guy. He had his lady on his shoulders, and she was picking an apple, and they were taking pictures, and it was cute. And she fell.
Oh,
Yeah.
now I want to go.
Yeah. It was one of those- shit like that.
because you want to see shit like
Yeah,
that.
now I'm
That's cute.
Oh.
shit.
Are you okay?
I don't even get that out. I'm
Did your
still
head-
laughing.
did your-
How'd you drop her, bro? Come on.
My weekend was basketball. AAU, but team we won all 3 games this weekend. It was good. So had a great ending with the fellas, with the coaches. It was great.
Oh, fantastic.
Great ending.
All right.
You want to?
No, no, Alex.
Yeah. All right. Sounded like you wanted to tell us. I just figured I'd ask.
I want to know. You said happy ending with the fellas?
I said great.
Great.
Oh, okay. All right. It was a little weird for me. What's a great ending with the fellas? Okay. Nah, it sounds like a good time.
What'd you do?
I was like,
Oh yeah, and the Lakers won.
The Bills won too.
The Bills won.
3-0.
This is the first time,
3-0.
it's the first time in history where I could say the Bills are playing great and the Lakers are playing great in the same month
and it's right. It's probably the only time it'll ever happen.
ever.
Basketball won't be around this time, but
I don't want to stay here, but what happens after this is over? Don't they start their season in November?
So they don't know. Adam Silver doesn't know yet if they're gonna start on time or like traditionally. Let's stick on football. I mean, the Bills are 3-0.
Bills are 3-0.
Yeah, Josh Allen's good. He's like an MVP candidate right now.
Josh Allen's my quarterback in fantasy.
My fantasy team's 3-0 because of that guy.
Mine is not.
How's the Cowboys?
Yo, I watched the
1 and
Cowboys
2.
game.
Did you?
That looked all right.
It's a great game.
Well, no, it didn't.
If you're a Cowboys fan,
It didn't for huh?
if you're a Cowboys fan, it didn't look all right.
The entire
It was a
time
great
I was
game.
talking to my son, I was like, "Yo, Reem, Corn, and Ed are not happy right now because it was a great game for like the first quarter and a half."
Look at Cabo. Look at Cabo.
After the first quarter, it got great.
Look at Cabo.
Nah,
Let's go, Cabo.
because
Yeah, Cabo,
then they scored those two
Right.
those
And then
two
we went
touchdowns,
down.
Yeah.
Yep.
and then for whatever reason,
Put my
what's his
glasses
name
on.
couldn't recover from that.
Cowboys.
Yeah,
The defense just shot ourselves.
and then they came back towards the end. That's
All
when
the
it
way
was like,
back.
whoo! That's when it was money.
It was just too many third down penalties, and that was a tough one.
These are 1 and 2, huh?
1 and 2, still in first place in the division. So
It's always with that division.
cooling.
Look at the Eagles. Eagles are just looking bad.
They got a tie.
They got a tie.
Hey, guess who had a great game this weekend? Nick Foles.
Did he?
Yo, all of the Atlanta Falcon fans are on suicide watch. Suicide watch. If you are a Falcon fan right now, my prayers go out to you. These niggas are the 28-3 comeback Patriots win. Not this weekend, but the weekend before.
That
they were
was a
up by-
crazy
They were up by
comeback.
10 in the fourth quarter. Cowboys won. No, 15. Last week, they were up 10. Up 16 in the third, up 10 in the fourth. Nick Foles comes off the bench, scores 3 touchdowns in the fourth quarter and beats him.
He needs his flowers, man.
Nick Foles?
Yes.
Yeah. I mean, he's Super Bowl MVP. Put some
And he-
respect
No,
on
he's
him.
not. Oh, yes, he was.
yeah,
It was
yeah.
I thought it was Wentz. No, it's
Wentz
Foles.
was hurt.
That's right.
And Foles is actually a good quarterback.
But you know what happened to him, though? He got his flowers. He got paid,
Yeah.
went to Jacksonville, but then
Yeah.
he got his shit cracked.
And then
right,
he was
that's
supposed
right,
to.
he did.
Then he
Yep,
was
yep,
supposed
yep,
to
yep.
retire. Like he said, he was done. And then
And he got the seat in Buffalo. He's still getting paid. But, yeah, Trubisky's out of there. Yeah, so it's just a disappointing week football for me. Cowboys took a loss. Fantasy team took a loss. Just hope we can rebound, you know? It's always next week.
Celtics took a loss.
Celtics took a loss.
Get them up out of here.
yeah, who cares?
Yeah, no,
I'm pro Miami. I'm pro 305 right here, boy.
All right.
I'm Team Wade. So I'm excited. We got some issues.
Do we want to revisit Tyler Hero saying the N-word? Because I swear he says the N-word now. After that 35 he dropped that day, he was saying it.
Is that that word?
Yeah, he was in the locker room saying it.
I've never heard Tyler Hero use the N-word. Come on.
You think
man.
so?
His last name is Hero.
Yeah,
The dude that was dropping those threes.
yeah. He's
Do you allow him though?
No.
If you're in the tree,
Like
if you're in the, if you're
right
in the,
after a
if you're
three,
in the
like,
team,
and
if you're in
you're on
the
the
team,
team, said
right
niggas
after-
can't play me.
what's up? What's up? Do you allow him? He comes in. That's the first thing he says, coming right into the locker room while everybody's
Right into the
celebrating.
timeout. Right when you go on, how teams go on a
Niggas can't
run,
hold me.
and that team, niggas can't play me.
Do you allow? If you're
like-
part of the team. You let him say it.
Well, I mean, if we still mid-game.
Still mid game.
He's cooking.
He's cooking.
Now you're right.
Niggas can't hold me. Niggas can't play me. And plus,
Not only do you let him do it, you tell him now you're right.
he's on the team with some real niggas. Like, Jimmy Butler's on his team.
And Jay Crowder, they
Crowder's
about
on his team.
that. About that.
Haslam's on his team.
Yeah.
It wouldn't be beyond me to think that they walk up to him like, my nigga, good shot.
Yeah, yeah,
Like,
yeah.
they
Oh,
hit him
absolutely.
with it. Like,
Absolutely.
all right, I guess.
Duncan
Brother.
Robinson can't.
Nah,
Duncan
I agree.
Robinson. Nah, his name's Duncan Robinson. Nah, son.
He
Good.
can't. He can't.
Tyler Hero. I mean,
Yo, what was that? Was it the tweet? Who sent it? Was it you or was it Ev that sent it in the group chat about Tyler Hero saying he's wearing Black Lives Matter on his back? What the fuck was it?
Oh, I said.
It was you. What was that shit? That shit was hilarious.
Yeah.
That was the Twitter, yo. Twitter's.
yeah, they just showed a video of him when he got drafted, and the kid is in Miami watching it. But the 13th pick, Miami Heat select Tyler Hero. And the kid's like, what the fuck? Who is that? Like, the most hate, bro. The most hate. And now he's like, Tyler Hero, oh, he's cooking. He can say nigga.
That is awesome.
Yeah, I love it.
This
Love
is
that
who I
shit.
am, little boy.
Yeah.
Yeah, showed him.
I had a decent, this weekend we had the Sean and Carissa.
Oh, here it is.
Oh,
It's Sports Center says Tyler Hero walking bucket. Somebody comments said dude has Black Lives Matter on his back, but he's out here killing niggas.
That's fine. That's fine. It's acceptable.
Yeah, that shit was
Hilarious.
hilarious.
That whole Boston team home. Yeah, I was actually really happy to see Boston go home. Even though I thought they were the more talented team, I think they were going to get washed against LA, and I don't want another LA versus Celtics series because they weren't the team. Miami got heart, and I want to see a team with heart up against LeBron and AD skill. But this weekend, me and Sean kicked it. We went over to Carissa and Sean's. They did a cake fundraiser, well, a cupcake fundraiser for suicide awareness. So we went over there. She had a bunch of different cupcakes. She was just handing them out for free, just if
Shout
you
to
wanted
her.
to leave a donation. So definitely shout out to
What is
Carissa and Sean.
what is her what's her company name?
I have the card in my it's in my wallet.
I want to shout
don't
out
know
that
why I
company
let me.
name. They gave us shout out to Carissa and Sean. They gave us well, we bought what's it called? Cinnamon
The
buns.
Cinnamons.
Cinnamon buns were absolutely delicious, man. We shared those with the family. Alex, you mixed out. Reem, you missed out. But
Well, no, because you were, what's your name in?
that was
you're,
the night. That was the night that we went to apple picking.
Yeah. Nobody doing that shit. Megatron out there trying to. I already told you. I said Megatron out there trying to run my pocket. Dad, I want a red one and a green one and a yellow one and a golden one.
Nah, we split it. We split the bag.
Well, how many apples was in
Four.
this bag?
We there's four of us. Split the bag 4 ways.
How many apples in that bag?
Yeah, that's a good
Oh
question.
my
How many?
God, I don't know.
A lot?
75. maybe?
75
Oh,
apples
shit.
We probably got about 75 apples.
in one bag.
We had 2 bags because there was
Alright.
4 families.
75 apples for $40 don't sound so bad no more. But it wasn't $40.
It was like $60 because we got 2 bags. So we had a big bag and a small bag. $60. We split it. So 50. We each paid $15.
All right. And you had enough apples to bring here.
And if you would have went, it's not like we would have gotten a bigger bag. We would have gotten the same type of bags. Or if you know what I'm saying? So it would have been
Yeah.
instead of 4 ways, 5 ways, 6 ways, or whatever.
That would have forced me to make an apple pie.
Angel and I made
you
apple
ever made
pie
one?
bread.
Right? Apple bread. It's good.
Shit was dope.
Have you ever made apple pie?
No, I don't bake a lot. I really don't. I have the KitchenAid and everything, but I use it more for like whipped mash and stuff like that. But maybe one day. I don't really have a sweet tooth anymore like that.
I don't.
Shit,
either.
I do.
My
I
ice
always
cream
have a
game
sweet
is still
tooth.
crazy, but like my cake game, they used to call me Hungry Jack after the pancakes. Hungry Jack pancakes, because I used to just fuck pancakes up and cake. But
Not anymore. I was a heavy cake fan. I'm more of a French toast guy.
French
But,
toast is smacking. I mean, French toast not too long ago.
But I'm not like I used to. I used to go through a bag of M&M peanuts.
I can still
Family
do
size.
that.
Family size.
You know what? Anybody that eats regular M&Ms are weird to me. Unless you have a peanut allergy,
Like just sitting there,
the
like
regular M&Ms.
like you asked for those. Like you went to the store and bought those
That's just I don't.
Yeah, I don't think I've ever bought.
regular
I
M&Ms.
would eat a bag. Like,
No, I would.
like if I like Halloween candy. Like when I see a regular
Right,
bag,
like, little-
yeah, I'll
little-
take a little.
Yeah,
the little
yeah,
fun
yeah,
size
yeah,
joint,
yeah,
yeah.
whatever.
Oh man, like
Got it for
yeah,
free.
Yeah, for free.
Yeah,
But you're right. I've never bought.
Like go to the store and like you see all these M&Ms, you're like, yeah, let me get that.
But I will fuck with like M&Ms, those plain M&Ms on like ice cream.
Oh yeah,
Alright.
yeah.
Yeah.
Problem. Topping. It's
Yeah,
a topping.
it's a topping.
It's a topic.
Let me ask you a question because we brought up peanut M&Ms. This is a weird topic for 4 grown men to talk about, but let's be children for a minute. Do you have a particular style in how you eat your peanut M&Ms?
I crack them like a sunflower seed.
I suck them.
Oh,
I'm so glad I asked that question. You suck it down to the nut, Al?
Yes.
Al, you suck it down to the nut.
yo, hey, yo,
Oh.
yo. What?
Don't
Yo,
shame me for the way that I eat
I'm
my
not gonna
M&Ms.
shame you.
Don't shame me for the way I eat my M&Ms,
If
bro.
I ever see you with
everybody
peanut
likes
M&Ms, I'm just gonna leave the room. Sorry.
So yo,
Get my
you
nigga
still
his
got
style.
you still got 3 out of the 4 M&Ms I gave you, bro.
Now you're looking like, is that a yellow bag? I'm out the room. I'm out the room. He's got a yellow
man.
bag.
Yeah,
He's
no,
got a yellow bag.
I hold it, I bite it so that I crack half of it without disturbing the peanut. I
Right.
eat half the chocolate at a time, and then, wow, I didn't know you suck it down to the nut, bro. Fire. Thank God we stumbled on this conversation. Just so much to learn about the leader.
Well, learned
So
a lot.
many-
We learned a lot. We learned
I
a
mean,
lot.
it's just an M&M. Relax.
Since Josie was here, like he's been like, like just.
Oh, just dabbling, just letting himself out. Just,
Maybe he's been reading the poems.
it's a good book, honestly.
It is a good book.
There's a few of them that
Okay.
I go through.
Shout out to Josie.
Yeah, shout out to Joe.
Shit.
Oh, man.
Let that be the muse for your next writing. Suck it down to the nut. You gotta know that's wrong. You gotta know that's wrong. Yo, if I ever catch Megatron, smack him right in the back of the head. Get it out of your mouth.
Oh man.
What are you doing? What are you no?
Oh, shit.
That's not how we eat these.
Oh my goodness.
Yo, Al peels the whole banana and holds it with 2 hands.
Hey, yo, this is getting crazy here.
Oh, my God.
It's just a
man.
banana.
Oh wow.
It is.
You can't be salt and pepper shaking the banana, dog. all right. Let's be adults. All right, back
It
to
is.
adults.
Oh, shit.
Well, thank you for that brief moment of immaturity. Really appreciate
man.
it.
You know, it's funny. With everything going on, I was going to ask, yo, we don't have a funny topic to bring up
Wow.
at any point today.
You got that covered, bro.
Well, there it is.
Yeah.
All right.
Man.
All right, let's get it together.
Yo, it must take you a whole day to
Oh man.
Yo, get a fucking migraine, bro. Yeah. I can't even. My mind didn't go there yet, but I was still building all of these rationales on why I would never eat it that way. But yeah, you're right. This nigga said, what'd you eat today? Some peanut M&Ms. That's it? Yeah.
All day.
Halfway done with the bag now.
Oh man.
Oh, my God.
Oh, God.
Is that your OnlyFans page?
Every Halloween, Al's a peanut M&M.
Oh shit.
Oh, I wish somebody sucked me down to the nut. Oh, God. Only fan page. Yo, the camera is right on his lips.
Shout out to Peanut M&M.
Oh, shout out to Peanut M&M. My God.
Wow.
Yeah, I feel like they can press charges against Al. All right, thank
Okay, we can talk about the debate.
you. All right, so yeah.
So
You know what, Reem?
presidential debate.
President's
Speaking.
All right.
This is what happens when we all show up sober. Oh, God.
Oh man.
That's good. All right, here we go. Let's get it together.
Episode 113 of the Grown Pains Podcast.
Spring it in. Spring it in.
Shit, man.
Episode 113, man. Spring it
They got hot in here.
For real. Yeah, it's hot as shit in here.
funny, bro.
All right. Are you ready?
So my eyes again. My eyes been closed so long.
All right, but before we get to debate, because I want that to be the last thing we get to.
Okay.
Last week I had a question that I didn't ask because the energy was kind of off. I don't think we were ready for it.
Yeah.
So the question was, what is something that you're struggling with
Oh, I thought about this. Yes.
that is not money related? And the reason why that comes up as a question is because Jessica was listening to the podcast with Joe. Shout out to Joe. By the way, what are we doing for October? What are we doing?
October's tomorrow, by the way.
Yes.
Yeah.
Have we decided?
I'm sorry. I talked to Joe. He's down
Okay.
for the group.
Oh, did you? So I asked you that.
How much?
He said the first one's on him. He's gonna enjoy busting ass.
Oh shit.
He wants to laugh at us.
Oh shit.
It won't take long.
We'll iron out the details.
One
and
jumping
we'll talk
jack.
about it in the next podcast.
Hey,
Yeah.
I
One
hit
jumping
the
jack. Joe.
I hit the Stairmaster today, and I forgot what because you can pick different programs. So I guess the goal of this program was to get your heart rate to 158, but you're supposed to like last for 18 minutes.
Just say
My heart rate was at 158. 3 minutes in, it ended. The test ended.
That's it. No, you fail. Fail. No.
yeah, your heart is
Yeah, your heart's
ready to go.
garbage.
0 to 158 real quick.
No.
It was like, yeah.
No, you're good
You're
here. You
gonna
stay on
die.
this shit.
You're
Yo,
gonna die.
You're gonna die. You
Heart
continue.
attack. Yeah.
So
Get off it.
So yeah, I mean, I'm ready. I'm ready for that Joe shit though.
Yeah, no, I was talking to him on IG. I got his phone number, and I guess I have too many phone numbers. I'm sorry. Because he called somebody, she's like, "Can you just tell whoever it is that you're trying to reach? 7 people have called me." Whatever.
Oh
I
shit.
keep that IRS guessing, nigga. I'm trying to pay $750. But yeah, so
A year, not
year.
a check.
a year. So yeah, I'm gonna set that up. Probably give him a call tomorrow. I tried to call him yesterday, but he was in the middle of training. So, but he said, yeah, the whole group, he's down.
Okay.
Kick
I
our
like
ass.
it.
He'll try to make it light, but even if he just says squat for 5 minutes,
Mm.
it's gonna be like,
Right.
fuck.
There's no way.
Like hold, you use the wall sit for 5 minutes. That right there.
Those I actually have been pretty comfortable with. It's the moving. It's the moving that fucks with me. I did push-ups this morning. I was like, let me just bang 50 out real quick, little 50 clip.
You got the 50?
47. Shaking. 48.
Nice.
49. 50 flat on my chest, like just hit the ground. Dead body. But I still got a 50 clip in me, thank God.
All
I'm
right.
just trying to get warmed up before I walk in there with him. Trying to get warmed up.
It's probably it's not so much of the like push-ups. It's gonna be the stretching.
Yeah.
Stretching.
Yeah. And
Before you get there, you're gonna probably need to stretch every
lot.
Oh
day.
yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
I see what you're saying.
Yeah.
We'll see.
Stretching is exercising, by the way.
yeah.
People don't look at it that way. They're like,
I never stretch. I need to start stretching.
Oh man, I do.
you'll feel it.
At least 10, at least 10 minutes a day.
You'll feel it.
Twice?
At least. Well, I shouldn't say 10 minutes. I do 2 songs. So I do a song before I work out, the workout, and then I'll do a song of stretching after the workout.
And is it elaborate or is it like the
Yeah, that's
like, I got the basic Lego man stretch. You know what I mean? Like straight down, knees locked out, stretch your legs, one leg.
It's very
other leg.
basic.
Oh no, mine's is like extensive because I feel like I can't move.
Yeah, I try to focus on every body part. So I do the regulars. Yeah, I get it, but it's very
For
basic.
me, it's more of the lower back.
see, that's the one.
roll.
Yeah, man,
Yeah.
that shit. I be feeling
Mine
my
is-
body.
the upper
Once
back.
that
Joe is gonna
like
kick
knots
our
up, you're like
ass.
done.
Joe's gonna fuck us up.
I can't wait. I can't wait.
Oh, man. And he's the one person that you're not gonna be able to quit in front of.
Yo,
Right.
damn.
Don't
After you
forget.
just gave us
I
that,
just told you I'd rather die than quit in front of my children.
Yeah, because he's probably gonna be doing it while we're doing it,
like finish
looking
it.
at us in the eyes.
Finish it.
Come on, man.
He's like, guys, I just did 100 burpees. I'm asking you to do 10. I just finished 100.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm already been building all these medical excuses. I'm like, hey, honestly, I can't do a burpee because my wrist, so I have to like jump down on my fist. That'll work.
Joe, my nose is bleeding.
My nose is bleeding.
That's fine.
Are you dying?
Yeah, are you dying?
Right.
No.
Not even.
All
Are
right,
you
continue.
Dying. You
I
are
might be.
dying. Are you dead? No.
Are you dead?
Joe, we look
You have,
forward
you have
to it.
15 more seconds. Are you gonna die in 15 more seconds? Continue.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's gonna be. I can't wait.
Yeah, I'm
It's gonna be rough. I think it's gonna be fun though. With us four doing it, I think that's gonna be great. But I think it's gonna be fucking terrible.
I think we need to measure it somehow, and then we should have. I don't know if y'all down with this, but I like the competition aspect of it. We should have winners
You know
and
what?
losers.
I'm gonna bring pictures of my kids.
Okay. All right.
Yeah. And it shouldn't be winners and losers. Like I should like. obviously
No.
Reem
You
is
are the weakest link.
Oh shit!
No, I get it. I'm signing up. I'm gonna shake my hand right now.
All right.
Well, what I was gonna say is obviously Reem's the strongest. So it's like
No, but he's not lifting weights. This is not my shit.
It's all body. It's all body weight.
This is not my shit. He moves.
that's what I'm saying. Are you gonna be able to beat Alex
No.
in body? That's
gonna
what I'm
be-
saying.
you
It
know
has
that.
to be. So it has to be who the winner has to be. I'm thinking about something like you beat yourself more than Alex beat himself. So you know what I'm saying? Like it's not
My
about
standard
you.
is super high. Live.
Live through it. Live through it. Live
And
through
he
it.
blows the whistle like, and I'm still breathing.
I feel you.
You won.
I won
You
the
won,
game
yeah, you
within
won,
the game.
you won, you won.
I beat my internal self. But yeah, if we were weightlifting, I would be happy as fuck. But the shit that he does is not weightlifting; it's weight moving.
Yeah.
Nah, he was. I seen him leg pressing like 700 the other day. Like what the fuck? What the fuck?
Yeah, we going.
Yeah.
All right, let's get back to that question of yours. What was it again?
Oh yeah. So
Let's reframe this.
again, the reason why I was bringing it up is because I was just telling Jessica brought it up. She was listening to the podcast. One of the favorites for a lot of people.
Yep.
And what she heard in that was, I liked it because you guys were dealing with growing pains.
Yep.
And then that made me think, I was like, damn, are we getting away from what our name is? And now I know that we don't have like a niche topic, right? We talk about everything.
Yeah.
But that's what made me think about the question to ask, something that you guys are struggling with.
That's not.
Money related. That is hopefully not money related. Mine is, okay, I gotta stop. So mine is, which kind of is going to seem like it's money related, but it's not. The idea of monetizing this podcast. I have been struggling with that since our business meeting. I've always been struggling with that idea, right?
So not that the money aspect of it, but the actual
I
turning it into a money generating
come on here
concept versus just
every week and talk about how I hate capitalism, but here I am trying to monetize off of something that people are listening to, and it makes me feel like the man versus the message. I feel like that very same ideology that I disagree with, I am now portraying it.
So I struggled with that for years, working in a nonprofit world. I was actually sitting with myself and all the things that I've done. Right, I've been coaching since I was 21, so I've coached for 19 years, and only out of those 19 years, 4 years of it, I've been paid for it. I was the co-chair of the NAACP Youth Council for 2 years, unpaid. I am the president of A Sweet Creation, 3 years, unpaid.
God damn.
Right.
But agent managers.
And so
Come talk to me.
right, I'm on multiple boards.
That's mad love.
I'm on multiple boards, unpaid.
Yep.
I started at the Institute. I left a full-time job and a part-time job for a part-time job at the Institute.
This
So-
is financial payment, but what you've gained in intrinsic network and
Right.
connection and things so there's a
But I start to look at it now more. One, getting paid. People see me as a value, right? I have value. That's why people will call me, ask me to do certain things because they see me as a value. Why not get paid for that? Right? Like get paid. It's not so much get paid like I want to get paid. I want to be rich, but my time is valuable.
can't get it back.
And so I look at the podcast as that right now. Not so much the time is valuable, but what we're offering as a product is valuable.
You don't think? See, this is where I'm.
You just taught motherfuckers how to suck M&M's.
That's true.
You didn't even know you could eat M&M like that. Fuck you, pay us.
I know that I'm not the only one who does that. I just want to let that be
There's some
known.
small
Alex is about to snitch.
Oh, you about to
Alex is about to snitch. Yo, let's keep talking about this shit. We're gonna find out who else sucks Eminem to the neck.
Ev is in the car listening right now like, no.
not me. I didn't say it.
Don't tell him. So you're struggling with the idea of monetizing
Right.
when you are, for all intents and purposes, you have a very socialist type. I'm not gonna call you communist, but
I mean, it's
You
a-
want
it's
everyone
labels.
to win at minimal cost to everyone. But in this case, it'll be us winning at the cost of someone else. Not that someone loses, but someone's going to lose some money to pay us. We win.
I don't think
Or somebody might
we can
somebody
talk
might
about
look
this
at
offline.
not losing.
I don't think
No
no.
one
I
lose
don't
at
think
all.
people. I don't think anybody has to lose.
No one
Right.
has to lose.
I see it.
I really don't. I don't.
If we look at
Fair
things,
business.
if we look at things as investments,
Y'all don't think that trading your time for money is
no.
Do it all the time.
pointless?
No.
Like, why do we do that?
you
No.
go to
Need
work
the money.
every day, work 40 hours, and
right.
you get
Need
paid
the
for
money.
it.
Right. And that's a problem to me. And I don't
So
see why
so do
anybody.
it for free then.
But I understand. I understand. You say that all the time, but I understand what society that we live in. I know that we are living in a capitalistic society. So the only other option would be being broke, trying to sign and survive. So I know that I have to do that, right?
Yeah, bro.
We're not the only country that does this.
It's not even our country, but there are these, I don't know what the fuck to call them. These eco-friendly groups where they live completely off the land and off the grid. There's no technology. You
Yeah,
go
I won't.
move out there.
I don't know if I would survive.
You gotta leave your car here.
Oh,
What are they called?
they make like heaters. They make like Amish. The Amish.
The Amish do shit
Yeah.
like that. Yeah, you know what I mean. Horse and buggy.
They do have no electricity either.
No
No
electricity.
phones, no technology.
You only
nothing.
work when the sun's up.
Mhm.
Yeah, I mean you could do that. I'm good. I'm good.
Whatever floats your boat.
Yeah, man, yeah.
You can teach that whole community how to eat peanut M&Ms.
I don't think they can eat
Goddamn.
M&Ms.
No, see.
Mm.
I don't think so. It's got to
Damn it.
come from an
So you
animal
can't
or
go
shit
there.
like that. It's too late. So how are you coping with this, or I guess addressing this this
I
concern?
don't know, man. I don't know what the proper way is on handling this. Like 95% of me is all in because I know that what we have is it's genuine, it's organic, and I love what we do. Like I love coming here every Wednesday. Like I look forward to it. But it's just the monetizing aspect is like, fuck, how am I gonna deal with the two forces in my head clashing with each other about this? That's what I need to learn how to cope.
Even
I can take your cut.
yeah,
Of course you can.
I can too. But like I
We
look
can
at,
split it three ways.
we look at. I'm fine with that. But we'll take care of you.
Keep gas in
Maybe.
the car.
I look at movements, right? I think we're a movement, and I've seen a lot of, and we've seen through history a lot of movements die because they weren't funded, and so after a while, people start to, you know what? I did, and I'm not saying we're gonna do it, but I did 233 episodes. You know, I don't want to go to 234. Who's gonna question me after I did 33? And so you see that, like I always, when people are like, I want to volunteer, I said that's gonna die out at some point. You just want to volunteer to do good work, I believe, but it's gonna die out sometime.
Right.
Like we had a conversation in the barbershop. I think I brought it up here before. Like when we go to these riots or protests, right?
I'm like, who goes right?
Not really. Protests, and potentially you got to prepare for somebody potentially to get arrested.
Oh yeah, I remember.
But-
That's the point.
You're like, we might get arrested. That means I need bail money,
Lawyer money.
potentially lose a day's pay of work, right? But if there was a fee charged to everybody that protested, and not a fee like if you come to the protest, if you don't pay, you can't come to the protest.
Right.
But if we have a collective agreement that this is to go just in case somebody
If
gets
this goes left.
arrested, we can bail them out.
Right.
Because now people feel like, all right, I don't got to come out of my pocket. I'll get out, hopefully, depending on the system or where
And
you're
you'll
at.
also refrain from getting into the ignorant shit too.
Right.
Like, yo, I paid to be here.
Right.
I want my voice to be heard.
Yeah.
Not to have to go to fucking
I'm not
court.
going to go stupid,
Yeah.
And so if you look at it from that perspective, I think what we have is a movement. And I think we put our time and our energies into this, something should come back.
Yeah. I think along the lines of what Bub's saying is, I think growth requires growth. So, you guys started this in the dining room at the crib.
David's Cobb's basement.
Cobb's basement.
Yep.
I wasn't there. In Cobb's basement. And you knew then you had to grow from out of there. Took it to the dining room.
Right.
Yep.
Right?
But also remember that very first episode, if you've ever listened to it, we've never talked about it being about money.
No,
At
and I know
no
that.
point.
I know that. But it shouldn't have been at that point in time because
No, but people go into podcasting or anything thinking about it's about money.
I ain't worried about these people. I'm talking about
And some of
us.
those
I know.
And some of
But-
those people are probably not around today.
And never gonna be. If money's the motivation for anything, then it's a boom or bust, right?
Right.
You either actually get to the money or you don't, and you fizzle, and you probably fizzle 9 out of 10 times if money's the motivation. So, but along with that, growth requires growth. Is that whether or not you thought about monetizing, you were always subconsciously growing the podcast to a point now where it's grown to a plateau where can we get paid for this shit? Mm-hmm. Oh shit, I think we can pay for this, and then you start doing the comparables to people that are getting paid to do it, and that's just a natural part of just understanding the population around your environment.
And how we've been talking about it, we haven't even been talking about it selfishly, right? We've been talking about other businesses.
Shh, don't tell them my models, my nigga.
Right? We've been talking about other businesses.
Right. How to grow financially, monetize while growing the community, right?
Right.
So I still think even though you say both ends are clashing together, you're still righteous on both sides.
I don't see why both ends should clash. Because if both ends will only, I'm assuming that it's a moral thing that you've instilled upon yourself. And that moral thing is if I am making money, then somebody's losing money. But the reality is that Bullet Bourbon is not losing anything by paying us for us sponsoring and having a few drinks and having them just there.
They potentially gain more customers.
That's the purpose of advertisement is that
Right.
nobody's losing.
It's an
anything.
investment.
Everyone
You
is
also
investing in
advocate
everyone
alcoholism.
else, and everyone's gaining. That's the game.
Yeah.
That's the game. And that's the beauty of where we are today with regards to advertisement, and that's also the bullshit. You know what I'm saying? Is that you can get caught up in the bullshit. And now you're supporting a company that's supportive of the Proud Boys or whatever the fuck. You know what I'm saying? So now you can get caught up in the bullshit.
And I think that we're making a conscious effort to make sure that we.
No, I know that we are. It's I just think about that shit sometimes. Like, fuck. That's mine. I mean, that's one of many, but
I like it. I like it. Bub mentioned his.
Did he?
What's that?
The thing you're struggling with that's not financially related.
Yeah. I mean, it was all the time put in. I think when my son did a freestyle on Funk Flex, and one of the lines that stuck out to me when he said it was morals over salary. And that's a challenge for me now, right? Just like 40. I want some different stuff. I'm like, you know what? I need to start getting paid for one. Knowledge can't be replaced. And I think it's valuable. And I don't think people look at it that way sometimes. Like, your knowledge is valuable. You should be able to get paid for it.
Right.
And so,
What are you bringing to the table?
right. Especially when people are repeatedly requesting you to be present somewhere. You have to somehow at some point be like, wait a minute. I must have something to offer. And what it is whatever they're requesting of me is either my connections and my network or my knowledge of something. And I should be rewarded for that.
Yeah.
Because in that sense, me showing up to that is taking away from something else I could be doing. Right? Whether it's my kids, right?
Right.
You know, so if my and I know both of them are like, well, nigga, if you gonna go to that, you better get paid because we gonna need a trip, something,
right.
a night out to
for the
eat,
time off.
something,
Right.
right? And so, yeah,
What am I struggling with that is not money related? It's a fucking plethora of shit I can sit in here and say, but I don't know who's listening. Talk about, the working out with Joe. I don't know what happened during this quarantine shit, but the not leaving the house and everything blending together in these walls, like, it fucked up my routine. So
it's definitely for me.
you know what I mean? I didn't
Yeah.
realize how valuable it was to come home from work
Right.
And leave,
and leave to work.
get dressed.
Get dressed,
Like-
have these iron the night before. I didn't have the value in my mind about it, and then now I'm realizing it's just like I was mad happy I did the 50 clip, but any day that I wake up and don't do it, that is me repeating a negative. Like, why didn't you do it? Like
You did it
know.
Monday, but it's Wednesday. You ain't did it.
Why haven't you done it in 2 days?
Right.
Shit like that. I think it expands to certain relationship aspects. My niggas, I love y'all. It's fantastic. But with the opposite sex, and I've been very conscious to not make these repetitive actions that I know have negative outcomes. But
Imagine if we would have broke this routine, right? We could have easily said, you know what, fellas,
A long time.
a season,
Like-
Yeah.
let's do seasons.
like we
Yeah.
could have said, nah, I ain't feeling Zoom, and since we can't get together, let's wait.
Just wait.
Do you ever get back?
Right.
And that's the part where I'm just like, I don't know if I'm struggling is the word, but I'm aware of, it is. I'm aware of the fight to not repeat these negative actions. It's been on my mind a lot. So
Sounds like you're noticing them. So if you're noticing them and you're still doing them, then
that's why I
That's
reached
why
out to
negative.
Joe,
He said negative. Keep repeating negative.
I can't keep doing it, and it's just,
And since you reached out to Joe, I joined the gym.
okay.
Bang.
wait, you going into gyms? I'm about to start hosing this nigga.
Oh no, I bought full finger gloves.
The gloves don't matter as soon as you. No, I'm fucking with you. But I think that's one of the things that I don't know if struggling is the right word. It's just one of the things I'm focused on right now is just not repeating negative behavior as much as I can, and then replacing it with these positive, more progressive actions.
All right.
Yo, I don't think we've ever stepped away from being a Growing Pains podcast. If anything, I think that is the selling point. That, alongside with the fact that consistency is top-notch our shit. Bottom line. But second to that, if you listen back, even if you look at the titles of our podcast, Growing Pains. It's Growing Pains. Even listen back, there's growing pains in each and every one
And if
of our podcast.
Absolutely, right? And then if you look at the guests, right? Joe came on here, growing pains, right? Like even can't think of his name. He was the nurse.
Everyone is growing.
Like his story.
Everyone is growing.
Like
Israel.
like
Yes.
he's elevated, right?
Yes.
Like he's had some growing pains, experienced racism within the workplace and things like that. Like so, I think like even D Smooth when he was on here talking about his career, his music career was a growing pain, right? And he had to switch lanes to figure out something different to stay relevant in the music game.
I think we do a good job with that. I just wanted to highlight that because you mentioned that, and I think we do a really good job with that, even if it's not intentional, which is also the reason why I'm very happy that we never changed the name. But
Supreme leader.
Supreme Leader, but
Reaming them.
He always living up here, man. Stop living up here all the time.
Like reaming them. No?
You gotta open the door,
Let 'em
open the
through.
windows up there, man. Let it out.
reaming them.
That's why I asked the question so I can let it out.
I struggle with myself, man. I think my biggest thing is that I am. You hear a lot of people saying that they're their biggest critics, and I believe that. I think that you personally are your biggest critic, but I don't see people criticizing themselves the way that I criticize myself on a daily basis. And we all do it on our own accord in our own time, right? Like we all have our separate ways. But I have a very, very harsh, I think, way of critiquing myself to the point where it
Is it productive?
it becomes non-productive, right? So it becomes non-productive until it becomes productive. So it's almost like a boomerang, or not a boomerang, but like a slingshot, right? Like I'm getting all this negativity, and then once it's time to go, then it becomes productive, and it's probably full speed ahead. But I'm destroying.
But how much time have we spent?
Yeah, I'm destroying that rubber band, man. I'm going way back with that. You know what I'm saying? So I think my whole thing is I put a lot of emphasis on trying to be a better person and trying to be. I don't believe in changing the world anymore. I believe in changing who you are.
Maybe that's my problem.
So it's like I put a lot of emphasis in changing and making sure that I am an example of some sort. Not the example, because I'm not trying to be perfect by any means. If anything, I want to show the nuance. You know what I'm saying? Like I want to show how great it is to be imperfect.
Right.
But I struggle with that.
Yeah, what cost?
Yeah, I struggle with that.
And this is not even from a so is this like for me when I said it, the repetitive negative action? I'm wondering where the self critique is. It like I shouldn't have wore that fucking shirt today. I knew that was the wrong fucking shirt. God damn it, I look stupid every time I put this shirt on. Like, because I don't, and I'm not with you every day and with any of you guys. So, of course, there may be some times where you're fucking up in life that nobody knows about.
Yeah.
But is it those moments where you're destroying yourself, where you've actually fucked up, or is it just
It's every day.
Yeah, that's
Yeah, it doesn't matter. It every task.
I'm like, you got an in-ground pool and you beating yourself up. I just gonna kill myself.
It's every day, and it's harsh, man. It's harsh because you read about certain things and you're like, fuck, man. It's like you said, you got an like it's crazy because life is good in the sense of when I look at my nobody has pre-existing conditions. So even if anybody caught something, we can be worried, but we don't have to be scared. You know what I'm saying? So from a family perspective, everybody's sort of healthy, everybody's good.
And the support is there.
The support is there. Nothing's really wrong. You know what I'm saying? Like nothing's really shit can be better always, right? Like shit can always be
100%.
but nothing's really wrong to the point where you should be having heart palpitations, where you should go into these elaborate thoughts on how to fix. I do that with fucking everything. With everything. I go into an elaborate fucking movie about everything, and I analyze. It's just too much. It's too much.
Yeah, don't get me wrong.
That makes no sense.
When I fuck up, Lord knows, long list.
Oh, and don't let me fuck up.
Yeah. I go into a place like
That should have replayed in my head for like hours.
Don't let me fuck up.
hours, days.
Yeah,
Stupid
that'll fuck with me.
Any quiet moment that I have in my brain, I'm cursing myself out and just thinking about all of the different things I could have done differently. And yeah, here I was repeating the same stupid shit, right? So I have that, but I've put together this mantra. I don't know why, and you guys might catch me every now and then in the corner, just talking to myself, saying bigger, faster, stronger. You gotta be bigger, faster, stronger. Bigger, faster, stronger.
Don't.
And it's not like I gotta get my body bigger, but yeah, I gotta think bigger. I gotta think faster. You know, I have to. Everything I have to do.
And so I've done all those. I've done all those circuit workouts, right? I've done it with Fitness Factory. I've done it with Lorenzo at Game Day Fitness. And if you are a competitor, right, like how you're thinking like that, and I might say like, I'm not gonna make it. I'm gonna get through.
Right.
I might be dead at the end, but I'm gonna push through because just the competitor in me is gonna be like, all right, can't let Alex outdo me, can't let Kaba outdo me, can't let Reem, or at least I can't be last. It was crazy. It's not a competition, but that's where my mind goes automatically.
And I'm fine with that. Whatever
Right.
gets you through it, right?
Right.
Yeah. But I'm concerned, Dave. You put me on the headspace. I'm like,
That was my recommendation.
Headspace is changing my life.
Yeah. It changed my life. It changed my life.
I got my spot. I sit on my deck. I look at the very same spot in my trees. I can do it with my eyes closed, my eyes open, and I can lose 10, 12 minutes just counting breaths.
I saw and I'm gonna assume it was called like the billionaire routine, and the picture was of Mark Zuckerberg, right, and it was it had like this rotating cycle of things that a billionaire does on a daily basis, right? So if you have an alarm clock and it's set at whatever time it's set at, you immediately get up. Like you don't lay there, you don't think about anything. No snooze. You get right out the bed.
I'll never be a billionaire.
Right out the gate.
Right? It says you immediately get up, no phone. Right? Unless your phone or your device is the headspace, right? Because it says immediately go to do some meditation or whatever you do, prayer, whatever you do. And then it has like a little workout that it says you do, whether it's the 50 push-ups.
Yep.
Right? It's like do these things.
Mind, body,
Right.
off the rip.
And then shower, get dressed.
No masturbation first.
If that's
Just wanted to know what the billionaires
Some
do.
self-help people tell you not to masturbate.
Fuck, I'm never gonna help myself.
right.
Or
that
to
do?
or not to but to limit masturbation.
Because what? What? What's in the bottom?
Reed's pissed. I don't know.
I'm tight.
What's the matter?
I'm not stopping. I'm just saying what some
What's
What's
self-help.
the matter? But it's like
Masturbation's like brushing
complete
teeth.
this cycle, this routine every day will create a routine for your life. And so
That repetitive thing. And again, I'm looking at it. There are no negative actions in
right.
that repetitive behavior. So I guess I can see that. But if you're gonna take out snoozing and masturbation, I'll settle on a millionaire. I'll settle on a millionaire. All set.
It's a no for him.
Reem said, "What's the millionaire
Yeah.
routine?"
It was 100,000 there looking
yeah,
like.
yeah.
Right.
Let's
All right.
Oh, that was good insight on all of y'all. Thank you.
Yeah,
Thank
that
you for
was good.
sharing, fellas.
appreciate you, Alex.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Supreme
I'm Jess.
Takeover.
yeah.
Supreme Takeover.
Yeah,
That's
Takeover.
gonna be the name
We
of this
we
podcast.
got
I feel.
we got away from the yellow bag.
That's the fucking name.
Yellow bag.
Suck it to the nut.
That's nuts.
Yo.
Oh God, yeah.
That was good. That was a good little segment there.
Perfect.
Appreciate that.
Where we at?
Debate? Are we gonna talk about the debate?
Debate 2020.
I didn't watch it. I was sleeping. I don't know.
I didn't watch the whole thing.
I just
and
heard.
so that's why I felt compelled to. I really like broke my routine this morning and didn't watch First Take. I usually watch First Take.
Come on, bub. Come on, bub.
Yeah.
Come on.
And then
man.
Undisputed. I usually watch Undisputed, and then no, First Things First. Sorry, First Things First, Undisputed. Or
What are these things?
These
All
are sports shows,
ESPN and
right?
FS1.
And so I usually go between either First Things First. It's first. It's usually first.
What was there
always.
even to talk about today?
Undisputed, right? Because there was no games yesterday.
Monday Night Football?
There was no games yesterday, Tuesday. There was no games last night.
Yeah, that's what I'm
right. So
saying.
there was no sports activities other than maybe baseball. But I usually watch those three in the morning, right? And I was like, you know what? I said I feel a little Reemish
Oh, Reem was up.
because I didn't listen to your voice messages till this morning. I'm coming down the stairs and I'm like, this guy. You know what? Clicking through the channels, MSNBC, C-SPAN, CNN. I was like, you know what? Let me watch the highlights of the debate. And man, I was just looking at that TV like, this motherfucker, man. This guy.
The greatest presidential display I've ever seen. No, the greatest is not the right word. Greatest is
Sounded very bad.
the most shocking presidential display.
Every
I've ever
channel
seen.
that I watched, nobody was happy with Trump.
Did you watch Fox News?
I
So-
didn't. I
I
never
did?
go to Fox News.
You gotta watch
Is
Fox.
this the
You
new?
gotta watch
Can't.
Fox.
Can he be creating? Are we in a state where this is the new norm?
No.
Because we get to a point where, oh my God, this happened, and then we become desensitized to that, and then it's like, it is
Well,
what
for
it is.
me, like I said,
Do we get to that?
I'm like, this is not funny anymore.
Yeah, let me.
That's what I'm saying, right?
It's not funny
to
anymore.
you. It's like, you know what? I'm tired. You're not even getting a react.
Right.
It's not working anymore. It's not. You're not even getting a reaction anymore, right? So what I'm saying is, are we getting to the point where this is desensitizing us?
But it was also like I can't say it wasn't strategic because like a lot of the people on MSNBC and all these networks were like there was no strategy behind this. I'm like there absolutely was a strategy behind this.
I'm just the guy who watched it. And here's the thing. I think everything you're saying, because you're talking about the next day, the Monday morning quarterback,
yeah,
right? The next
And
day,
a lot of people brought that up, right?
their
Like
interpretations
that's not
of
because they was killing the moderator.
the Monday morning quarterback.
Oh yeah, like
Yeah,
basically you're commentating the day after, right?
you play on Sundays.
Yeah.
And then you
The quarterback loses in the real game.
And now you got-
On Monday morning.
you're talking
you wake
all the
up and
shit.
Talk about what you would have
Yeah.
did if you would have.
Right. Yeah.
okay,
Oh, I would
okay.
have did this,
Yeah,
right?
yeah,
like,
yeah.
but it's like they was killing the moderator. Like, oh, he should have did this and he should have did that. And one of the guys was like, no, let's not play Monday morning quarterback. Like, he did what he was supposed to do, right? But now they need to go back and evaluate the process of the debate.
And they are.
And if the committee needs to come up with a plan. And the next, so the suggestions were when whatever candidate has their 2 minutes, the other candidate's mic is cut off.
That's gonna happen.
Yeah.
They can't interrupt
Think-
until the
think
part where
about
they
that.
can.
Think about that.
Right.
The president of the
United States is getting muted.
will have to be muted because he has no control over himself to have an adult debate.
You think he walks
you
off?
get to speak for 2 minutes.
He might walk off for the 2 minutes and then come back.
They may not have another one, but
Yeah.
what up? When you were saying desensitized, and I get it. If we're looking at, because I watch them all, right? MSNBC, CNN, Fox, C-SPAN. C-SPAN is the most non-objective, the most non-biased. Like, they literally just play committee and summits and shit like that. That can be desensitizing, right? It's just news, it's a spin, you know what I mean?
Yep.
I get that. I also watch his campaign rallies, right? So I watch Donald Trump in his campaign rally where no one is questioning him. And he's able to say what he wants, how he wants, gets the reaction. He's really good at the rallies, really good at the rallies. And I was expecting that Donald Trump last night. I was like, this rally Trump is going to come in here. He's going to just tell him, I've been break the blacks, built some of the wall, China virus, best economy until. And that's what I expected him to do. When I tell you the wheels came off in the first 5 minutes of the fucking debate, bro, it was right from the start. You could just tell he was going to interrupt. He was going to agitate. He wasn't, and it wasn't like he was agitating with these powerful bombs of like, and he had them. He waited until the end of the debate to tell the world that he assigned 300 federal judges and now 3 Supreme Court judges. That's a big deal. If I'm him, I could get another 600, another 300, and maybe another 2 Supreme Court judges. That's what I would have been talking about. But he wasn't interrupting with that. He's just interrupting with the, come on, you graduated last in your class. Like, he brought that shit up. Like, he brought that shit up.
So
Why
petty.
not? Yes.
Never.
That's what I'm saying.
No, but again, when you get into a moderator, you get into an argument with the moderator, it's starting to come off where you're not the presidential look, and you're the actual president. His behavior made Joe Biden look more competent
To who?
to anybody watching it.
No.
I'm telling you.
No, I disagree.
Okay.
The reason why I disagree is because there's a lot of ignorant motherfuckers in this world. And I'm sure that whomever was watching it, there was a good amount of people that were watching it that were probably like, Yeah. Say that shit.
But he wasn't
Talk
saying
your shit. He never does.
No. He says some shit. Like,
90% of the time.
When he hit us with the hombres.
There's there's factcheck.org, right? If you go to factcheck.org, you can see all the things that were fact checked about the election, right? I didn't take a look, but you can see all these things that are fact checked about. Apparently, and again, I didn't take a look at what was fact, but from the numbers perspective, both of them had a good amount of lies and a good amount of truth. I'm not saying that they're going to lie all the time. I'm just saying that Donald Trump has never been the guy to come out and give you information that's fact-based, right off the bat.
I
Right off
agree.
the bat. So,
But even his lies have had direction. Like the whole defund the police. You're going to defund the police and some hombres going to break into your house.
yep.
And you're going to call them up and they're going to say, hey, we ain't got no cops for you. Like, of course that's bullshit. But it speaks to suburban America who's worried about defunding the police. It had direction.
And they are that's all I'm saying.
He didn't have direction. Like I'm telling you, off the rails, bro. I never seen anything like it. They cut his mic off, bro. They cut his fucking mic off. And the most shocking shit, of course, it was clickbait all day today, was the Proud Boys.
Mm-hmm.
Right? You get to denounce white supremacy. This is a very
That was the most shocking thing that I woke up to.
1 + 1, and that wasn't the worst thing he said last night. 1 + 1 = 2. That's it. White supremacy equals as president, denounce. That's it. I don't fuck with it. All he had to say.
Nah.
He said, Proud Boys, stand back and stand by. Because somebody has to do something about the far left.
Mm-hmm.
The whole night now, he's talking about the riots, the burning of buildings, Antifa. He has not mentioned one time about these Proud Boys, about Rittenhouse, the kid crossing state lines, shooting 3 people, killing 2. He said all of the violence is the left. It's not the right at all. Mm-hmm. He literally called an army to arms. Mm. And while he's saying all of this, he's still saying the election is rigged. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Shit ain't even happened yet.
Didn't it?
It's rigged. It's rigged. And Chris Wallace said something like, well, it may take weeks before we know who actually won because of the ballot.
The mail-in ballots.
The mail-in ballots. And then at that point in time, will you concede, right? Biden's like, I'll concede. Trump's like, shit, it might take months. He fucking said it. Might take months. So the part where it got really fearful for me was that not Trump. I don't think he believes in this shit. I just think he doesn't want to lose. But he ignited a sub part of our population who will be armed, who will argue the legitimacy of his presidency if he doesn't win.
That may be true, but that portion of the population, we should also recognize that portion of the population is being driven by being led by a sociopath. So it could be looked at. It's safe to say, or safe to assume, that some of the people involved in there are either misinformed or sociopaths.
And with the shit.
Right? So I have to assume, I've never met these motherfuckers, and I'm not a traveler like that. I've been around places, but I'm not but I've never met any of these people, right? I've seen shit in my life. I've been a victim of a lot of stupid shit, right? Mm-hmm. But I've never seen a Proud Boy here, right?
There's a chapter.
I'm sure there is, but they're not showing their face. They're not outside.
Yet.
They're not outside. I'm not.
They are outside.
No,
they are.
No, they're not. No, they're not.
Yeah, okay, you say
Fam,
you don't
I've lived in Rhode
you
Island
don't believe in the spook by the door.
I lived in Rhode Island for a long time.
There's a reverse to that.
I have never been approached by a Proud Boy that I know of.
I love white people.
So they're not outside. At least At least not from my perspective. Maybe they're outside in other communities, right? But I've never seen them. All I'm saying is that I think that's a very small part of the population.
Kenosha song.
And I also think that
I'm
it's
with David.
not
I
a
think that
very intelligent part of the population. So when I start to think about that, I think people should not be fearful and not be disgusted and not be concerned. I think people should be empowered, because now you should see that he's empowering idiots. And when idiots are empowered, they're empowered with brutality. That's what Popeye taught us. You know what I'm saying? Like we learned that at a very young age.
I think they were limiting it to those gun-toting, vest-wearing Proud Boys. But
No.
He also assigned 300 federal judges. These aren't idiots. None of them are black.
I'm not talking about the
But
federal judges.
Some of them are Proud Boys.
I don't know that.
I know you don't know it, and that's why the power still exists the way that it does.
I get that. I don't know that. I know that, like I said at the beginning, I don't know if we captured this at the beginning of the podcast, and we're talking about a lot of different things. I'm talking about society, but if we talk about government and we talk about what he's instituting into the government, again, it should empower us to see that this is no longer for the people, by the people. This is being now pushed upon us. We should feel empowered to push back. We should not feel disgusted and feared and concerned because it only weakens us. We shouldn't subject to the weakness. We should feel empowered that destruction is happening in the same. And that's this is what we've been calling for. This is what Martin Luther King called for.
But this is what the democratic process is that we have the right to challenge and push back.
We should feel empowered to challenge, to push back. Not to the point where we're extremely to the left, like these Antifa and all this other shit, which I don't understand.
Just a thought. They're not an organization.
They're not an organization. Antifa is a thought.
100%. As much as QAnon and all these other fucking things. Right. And in my perspective, in my world, Proud Boys. Just a fucking thought. But
no, they're an organization.
Again, I've never seen them, so to me they don't exist. They don't exist. So
how many KKK people you see walking around with hoods?
I've never seen them.
But they exist.
They don't exist here. Like, all I'm saying is
in Rhode Island we're good.
Fam, all I'm saying is
a little bit.
A lot of things exist. You know what else exists? You know what else exists? Motherfuckers drink fucking goat blood out of goat's eyes. They poke out the eyes and they drink it. A lot of shit exists. You know what I'm not gonna do is I'm not gonna consume that shit as a fucking part of my reality.
I agree with you as far as
I'm not gonna do that.
Forcing yourself to be empowered as opposed to imposed on by fear. And I'm with you on that.
It empowers me. Yo, you fucking know how to fucking suck blood out of a goat's eye?
Thought you was gonna talk about that.
Cool. I was like,
whoa. Nah, we ain't going. Right. Nah, I ain't going.
Here's another what's the name where even if what we were talking about is perfectly fine. I'm in agreement with you about empowering. But what he also put on display was what Bub was talking about earlier. He called them poll stalkers, but they're poll watchers, right? He is empowering people to be poll watchers during the voting process, which legally is a private. The whole thing is based on privacy. Like, you don't have to tell anybody who you voted for. You go behind the curtain. You just enter. The United States President of America on a debate stage is arming people with this, I don't know what it is, bravado or this fucking just this Karen ship where, you know what? I don't like the way you voted.
Yeah.
No.
I don't lose.
And that can turn into a situation where, and this is the fear part for me, right? Is that situation where now you come into a polling station. I'm minding my business.
Fear.
I'm voting.
Fear.
You're policing my vote. Who the fuck are you? Mm-hmm. I turn around feeling empowered, knowing that it's none of your fucking business. I tell you it's none of your fucking business. You say, there's a black guy harassing me. I didn't like the way he voted. You show up. The cops show up. I get locked up
Right.
because this bitch is pole watching me.
And then that one person get locked up is like, you know what? I'm out of here, right? To
That's
people
it.
to people that right. And so I was thinking about, I'm like, what if you're a person who has never voted before,
Yep.
right? But feels empowered to vote this year, right? Like, and I think those are the people that Trump is after,
Right.
right? It's like, oh, okay. There's some people that's talking about they're going to vote because people are deeming this the most important election, right? And so when you put that out there, Trump's like, okay.
I think you guys are talking about when we talk about cause and effect, right? I think you guys are talking about an effect of the current cause, which I understand and I'm
Right.
100% in agreement of. The current cause, there's an effect happening because of what's happened, because of the cause, right?
It's
There's
calling out
the
the
effect.
wildest shit.
The effect is that he's calling out the wildest shit, but there's a light being placed on what he's calling out.
Right.
Yep.
What's not happening, and this is what I'm saying, is that we should feel empowered, which means that although there is a light being shined on what he is saying, whether fact or bullshit, and it's mostly bullshit, right? But although there's a light there, I think what everybody else is trying to do is fucking block the light.
It's blinding.
Hey, no, why are you believing in this light? Stop. We should feel empowered. And what I mean by that is we should figure out a way to shine a light into the power that we have as a people, because the Constitution was written for and by the people. So we're not using, think about the last 4 years. Think about,
That Constitution's
that-
got to get amended a lot. I don't
Listen,
even think
listen.
Supreme Court
Depends. It
justices.
depends on who you define.
Supreme
people.
Court justices should no longer be selected by the president.
listen, they made a listen.
Or have a term limit.
You have, if we start picking apart these documents, right? Like something like the Constitution. If we start picking it apart in a way that's emotional, like,
Right.
oh, the people meant white people and not black people. If we start
No, I'm not
doing
gonna do
that, if we start doing that versus feeling and being empowered
Apply it
to
to
take
me.
that documentation to apply it to how
Yeah.
it, just like
Feel like
fucking Ruth Bader Ginsburg did to ensure women's rights and people's rights.
Feel that you are of the people.
Fucking feel empowered to fucking shed light on
Well,
what's
well,
actually happening
when you-
to
when
the
you
people,
say that, so
by the people,
I
for
think-
the people,
I think
and let's
people-
make a move.
I've never forced or never tried to influence people to vote one way or another. And I think this election, or people are trying to influence people to vote against Trump. Whether that's right or wrong, but what that doesn't allow people to do is do their own research. Right? Feel empowered in your own vote. Don't do it because Alex says
Watch the
Trump.
fucking debates.
No, that's what. No,
watch
yeah,
the
that's what I'm
town
saying.
halls.
Right?
Yeah, get
Like,
involved.
do your research. Right? Don't just go and say, "Hey, fuck Trump," and not know anything about Trump other than what other people's rhetoric is. He's racist, right? And so people will be like, "All right, he's racist, so I'll vote for Biden." Oh, do you not know if Biden's a racist or not? Like, so do your research. Like you said, feel empowered enough to do your research. But I think for those first-time voters, that people that haven't done their research, that are just going to the poll and saying, "I'm going to vote for Biden because we want Trump out of office," Trump is preying on those people.
Yeah.
He's preying on those people.
No, I'm gonna keep it trill about the vote.
I think he's preying on children-minded
fear,
people.
Right.
fear.
Yeah, ignorant-minded, children-minded people. So the weakest,
Like himself.
of course, the weakest of the population, stand up and be my soldier.
Yes.
Stand up and ride with me. And the weakest of the populations, black, white, or indifferent, are being like, you motherfucking right, I will.
I'm gonna be honest with you. And I said this shit last night. Cause like I said, I sat up. I watched the motherfucking pregame.
It was a pregame? There was a pregame?
Yeah. The goddamn debate.
I don't know
and,
how you do
and
it,
the
man.
post game.
I don't know how you do it,
And
brother.
I
He
have
told us, or he said,
I
he watched
know.
C-SPAN.
I know.
I have zero problem in making a statement and I know that I had friends that voted for Trump the first time, and I don't have a problem with that because The rhetoric was right. Businessman versus a politician. All of that made sense. But it's a character thing for me now. If you can witness for yourself, do your own research, and you still align yourself with Trump, that's fine. It's okay. But you cannot align yourself with me. I would not ask anybody that's watching or listening to the podcast right now, if we are friends and you are voting for Donald Trump, it is okay.
It's over though. It's over.
But please,
Got off.
Lose your number?
be proud enough.
Lose your number?
Be proud enough to tell me, and we can just leave amicably. No beef. It's not no. Oh fuck you. You did. No. You did what you felt you needed to do. But I cannot be aligned with people that are aligned with that kind of character. And again, I don't think he's a racist. I think he's an opportunist that uses racism, weaponizes racism to get what he wants. At the end of the day, when those 20 million people come off of American Cares Act, they're going to be a lot of white people coming off of that shit. You know what I mean? The China shit, the China trade war, you know what they stopped buying? Our plastic.
Yep.
Fam.
Not recycling.
65% of the population here is white. So everything that goes bottom down affects.
Promise. So I don't think he's racist. I just think he's weaponizing it. And if you still fuck with him, that's cool. Just let me know. You go raise your family, I'm going to go raise mine. That's all. Yo. But one last thing about the fucking listening, because I couldn't believe he did it. He claims to be a man for the veterans.
I thought he said fuck the military.
He says all of that shit, but he's like,
But not the veterans.
He claims to be a veterans guy. Joe Biden had a son named Bo, who was a military veteran, got a Bronze Star, another award. After he left the military, he died of brain cancer. So he's talking about that. My son. Trump says, I don't know Bo. I know Hunter. Shit. So you telling me that your team didn't do no research on Biden, his family history, his military son, and the one that has these awards, you didn't take the time to even know?
Why
but
would
you're
he?
a veteran guy. And then he says, I know Hunter.
How do we know he doesn't know, right?
Of course he knows.
He knows, right?
Of course he knows.
We ain't talking about the hero.
No. We're going to talk about this piece of shit right here.
We're gonna highlight the hero.
But I think that was one of the greatest points of the night for Joe Biden, because he kept it true. He said, yeah, like many American households, my son Hunter suffered from an addiction, opioid. Trump ran on that. Remember the opioid crisis? And he said, I'm just happy that he recovered. He just kept it true about it. Yeah, this is Hunter. But you're not going to shit on Bo. And then he goes back into the fucking, my son. I was like, Joe, are you a white nigga? Are you up? Joe is active tonight. He was, if you missed it, I'd play it back. You have to get through the first 20 minutes. The first 20 minutes, you're like, this is bullshit.
Well,
I'm all set.
All the commentary was, so when they was trying to say that the debate was a disaster, people were like, don't say that, because that means you're right. You're saying that both sides came in there and was just full of bullshit. It was like, no, Joe was on his game as much as he could be. Donald Trump was the guy that just tried to throw a wrench in the whole thing. And he did, for the most part.
Kindergarten Zoom.
Right.
Distance learning is what it was for him. No, honestly, I'm not even going to give him fucking kindergarten, because Megatron was awesome at 5. Fucking awesome at 5. This is like 3.5-year-old. Well, I don't care what you say. That kind
Kindergarten
of
cop. Like,
yeah. Fucking president.
What was it that Malcolm X said? When
It's not a tumor.
When JFK died? It's the chickens coming home to roost.
Chickens coming home to roost.
All the shit that America does in other countries, setting up coops, it's all coming back. I love it.
Hey, I like that.
It's all coming back.
I like that. Yeah, Russia. influence
all coming
what's
back.
the name? We get Trump in there, fuck up the United States for a little bit. Hopefully we can get 8. I hear
Just think
you.
about that, right? There was alliances, obviously, way back then, where Elijah Muhammad was like, "Bet not." Oh, you said it. Oh, you're silenced.
We didn't even touch on the fact that the nigga paid $750 in taxes,
Word.
bro. How I'm paying all these taxes? Now, wait. In his defense, we're
It's
only
not
talking
real.
about
'Cause it's
federal
not real.
income tax. We're not talking about capital gains. We're not talking about house tax, property tax. We're not talking about state tax. We're talking about federal income tax. How, Sway?
Because it's not real.
Tax ain't real. Shit real out my check. Shit real for me.
Wait, him?
Why I can't charge off my barber? Like, I need my haircut to go to work.
I
Can't go in there rugged.
I have a nice piece of equipment coming for the podcast. I better be able to write this shit off.
Gotta write this off.
I better be able to write this shit off.
You get those lights
You gotta
right,
talk to-
man?
You got to talk to
I'm
Trump's
working on that
lawyers.
too.
No, we gotta talk to the goddamn tax man. But yeah, but
Accountant.
That's 90.
that was 90.
That's 90.
Damn, we ain't
I like
getting
it.
these taxes, man.
I like it.
But I just want to know
That's
that
good.
he's either tax
I'm happy
evading.
again.
Are you happy
Or we
again?
did it. We did it.
Oh, we're back. We're back.
Oh, we're back.
The extras are
Video
back.
at 5 a.m.
Wax was again?
Yo, video at 5 a.m. Watch.
Hey, here we go. Here we go. Here it is. Here
Yo,
it is.
bub,
that. Post
do
that.
what you do,
Post
bub.
that one.
Like,
Title,
damn, 5 o'clock
edit,
now?
all
What kind of flashing and shit.
Oh, that's cool. Fire. Good. I'm glad we got that.
Honorable
90. That was a
mention?
good 90.
Are we at honorable mention?
I got mine, man. I got mine. And I got word that, so shout out to young Mitch, little Evan Mitchell Jr.
What?
He is a published author now.
My man got a book.
Got a book.
A book.
It's on Amazon right now called Bucket Getters. And he sold 34 copies in 45 minutes.
All right.
Who was
We-
that?
we about to up
F
that.
buying all 35?
Oh, come on.
Oh, shit. Stop why?
My bad.
Yeah, it's too early.
My
Too early.
bad. My bad.
Too early.
I take it back.
You could have sent that in the text. But yeah, shout out to young Mitch. That's my boy, man. Yeah, Bucket Getters. Go get that.
It's funny for me to even hear that he wrote a book. I got to read it because whenever I'm around him, he's not the most talkative dude.
Oh no, he talks hella shit.
Yeah. Oh, he's cocky. There's definitely an
Oh,
ego in
yeah,
him.
yeah.
For sure.
Yeah.
I mean, when your father's 5'3" and bald headed, you should have that
Oh,
kind
man.
of ego.
Bombs.
Yeah, when you looking down at your father at 14.
Man.
You
I'm just
right.
talking shit, Av. I love you.
Got it right.
Damn.
So I'm debating on what my honorable mention is gonna. So first off, I want to make Carissa, I'm sorry, but I'll put it in a IG post the name of your baking company, Carissa and Sean, for the philanthropy over the weekend where they had the cupcake bake off to raise awareness for suicide prevention. We had a friend of ours, a family member of theirs, who took his life, and since then they've been raising awareness, building
I didn't know
money
that
and
this was
donating
for
toward
them.
that. Yeah, so they
Oh, I
donated
didn't know what
it
this was for.
in Dana's
All right.
name.
That's dope.
Right. Yeah, so
I would have
that-
made.
that
What were
was
the names?
awesome.
Name?
Carissa Labuti and Sean Morse. Personal note as far as damn, where do I want to go? I want to go Utopia. On Amazon Prime. I called Al about it this weekend. I
did.
meant to call you. I don't know if you've been watching it, but it is the perfect conspiracy theorist comic TV fucking sci-fi mystery TV show ever, bro. Like that, it's really fucking good. And the whole premise is that in this comic book, there are little details to how Big Pharma is purposely poisoning the world
I like it.
in order to reduce population. And again, it's not believed to be real. It's supposed to be some Comic-Con shit, but it turns into that is actually real. And when you start to watch, and they reference real diseases, you know, SARS, deals, all kind of real diseases that have happened here. But it was a cool fictional.
You finished it?
Oh, I'm done. I couldn't put it down. the first episode, I was like, no, some kid shit, come. But by episode 4, I was like, they did that shit.
Yeah, I gotta check it out.
That COVID, they did that shit.
Check that out.
But yeah, Utopia on Amazon Prime.
Yeah, I just finished Away.
Fire.
The Way?
Away. Reem, that was Reem's.
Yeah, you
Oh,
want to
wow.
go? You want to go to space?
That was your last. That was
Yo.
last week, right?
You want to go to space?
Damn.
That was last week. That
Last
was
week,
your,
yeah. You want to go to space?
yeah. I gotta
Wow.
get. I gotta get to that. I gotta get to that.
I got to get to that, too.
Fuck.
I don't remember.
That whatever.
No, I now remember.
Whatever.
That was weeks ago, motherfucker. I'm partying.
I don't remember that shit at all.
Sachi tonight.
Saturday night.
I'll go with the Museum of Natural History and the Planetarium.
Fire.
In the Roger Williams Park that I never knew was there.
Yo, Roger Williams.
I've always
is
wondered
fire.
what
Yo, there's a lot of shit in there, man.
Roger
There's
Williams is fire.
lot
I don't even
of
want to say shit, but
in
there's
there.
a lot of great
Yeah,
stuff.
there's
in
a lot
there.
of there's a lot of good stuff in there.
All right.
You're right, not good shit. But I checked out the Planetarium. Shout out to Bay. She brought us. It was her idea. Yo, the Planetarium, fucking amazing. Blew my mind.
All right.
Made me stop thinking about when you start to look up to the stars and you realize what the fuck are we doing on this planet? Like what are we doing? But you walk in, it's very small,
Not
intimate.
taking psychedelics.
Yeah, that
enough.
definitely not that.
Sorry.
But it's more intimate, especially with COVID now. Like there's even less seats. So I walked in. I'm like, yo, this is it. It gets dark as shit in that room.
Black as night.
It gets dark as shit, and then you see all the stars. She points it out. She points out all the planets where they are, according to the season that we're in. So she did fall for what we're in now and what you can see when you're out there. Fucking
Listen,
amazing.
Roger Williams Park is dope, right?
Blew my mind.
Shout out to y'all for like the picnics out there.
Yeah.
Like, cause I never.
Just drive through that bitch and get the Broad
Right.
Street, right? Just get the Broad
Hey,
Street.
Right, it's like
There you go.
it's either you go to the zoo or nothing.
Right.
No,
Right.
The botanical garden they have there. Beautiful.
Yeah.
Right, and we used to have our Nonviolence Institute. We had our annual fundraiser there, so I know about the botanical garden. But like, just to go and shout out to Boo. Boo used to say like, "Yo, when you're experiencing the uglies in your community, right, and you see people behaving other than themselves." He was like, "Yo, go to Roger Williams Park. You'll see squirrels being squirrels, right? Like
That's
birds
fire.
being birds." And two y'all like was like, "Yo, nah, come to Roger Williams Park." I'm like, "Roger Williams Park, like you can sit out there, like you can do that.
Is it Dominican Day Parade?
You can do that. Yeah, like
On the parade, on the
what
day.
what are you going?" And so, 2 times on 2 occasions, the street worker team we went there. We just sat and we chilled. It probably was like one of the best outings we ever had.
Yeah, it's always great to do that.
Like
man.
right in your own hood, quote unquote, in your own neighborhood, and was just like, "Yo, what? There's beautiful things here."
Yep. Yep.
Yeah, shout out to Roger.
Hey, you know what? I wanted, because I was looking it up. I'm tight. They only have 1 o'clock.
Yeah, it's only one. They
Only at
they
1 o'clock.
Yeah, well, because I guess the way
During the week?
On Saturday.
Okay.
and then with COVID and everything, they it's limited.
I was like, God damn, though. I mean, we can't do more than one planetarium viewing. Like,
Fam, I want to do a lot more.
That's what-
a lot bigger. Cause
I was tight about it.
it's really small, but it was a fucking amazing. It blew my mind, man.
That's
It was really, really, really dope.
And just to keep in the theme of Roger Williams Park, they're doing a I was just, because I was looking up the planetarium for this weekend. They're doing like a midnight duck boat shit for like Halloween.
Yeah, I think they
Well,
usually
like
do
they're
that.
gonna have like
The
the
jack o'
highlight thing.
lantern.
Yeah, the jack o' lantern. But they're
Yeah.
gonna have the highlighted duck boat joints out there.
That's
if you wanna
dope,
go
man.
out there.
I saw something on Twitter this week. This could be complete bullshit, but I definitely think I saw something on Twitter that said that certain birds had to be removed from the Providence Zoo, from the Roger Williams Park Zoo, for swearing at customers.
Shut the fuck up.
I'm with it. I'm with it. I don't know why you take them. They home. Niggas are from Broad Street, bro.
Yeah, I heard that was. I heard that was.
That's actually a pretty cool zoo too. Free on Saturday, first Saturday of the month.
First, and quick before I let you go, they have a little section of like where they basically highlighting how the Earth became the Earth and then the path to where we are today. I took a picture of the last one, and it's a picture. It's a map of Rhode Island and half of Mass, like the east.
East is closest to the water.
Yes, east. There you go. The east part, and then it talks about the effects of climate change. We are all underwater.
Oh.
I know that we don't believe in science because of Trump. I get it. I get it.
Mm-hmm.
We're all underwater. David might be fine though.
100%.
Where David is, he may be okay. Everything else, under fucking water.
No, that makes sense. Rise and sea tides. I get it.
Yeah, I
mean, if you believe in science.
Providence Place
Everybody in
Mall
science.
is built on stilts.
Basically.
Miami's not even here.
Miami's not even here.
Miami's gone.
Miami's not even here.
Fighting the wrong fight.
Hey, honorable mention.
On a
My
more
honorable-
positive note,
My honorable mention, yeah, man, yeah,
Is
100%.
peanut M&M's. Have you ever
Shout out to
sucked it to the
M&Ms.
nut?
Hey, yo.
Colin Quinn on Amazon Prime has a special from 2016 called The New York Story.
Colin Quinn. Is that Saturday Night Live?
I don't know,
comedian.
but maybe he is a comedian. He's a very
Is it stand-up?
acclimated.
It's a stand-up.
It's a stand-up.
He's not the guy that does the Saturday Night Report with him and Michael Che?
He used to do. I think he used to do it, but not. That was a long time ago though.
Yeah, I wouldn't know. I'm not a Saturday Night Liver.
I gotta look up Colin Quinn.
But this New York Story, especially if you're from New York, or if you glorify New York, or if you like New York, or if you're from the, you know what? Fuck New York. If you're from the East Coast,
York.
I think that you'll have an appreciation for the way that he perform. This is a performance, so I love comedy, but I have a certain love for people that know how to do theatrical performances in comedy. Like John Leguizamo's comedy, he did a good theatrical.
He had a
performance.
really good one with the education. He was on the blackboard and all of that. Yeah.
His recent one, it was really, really good. So I like that type of thing. This is another theatrical comedy type of thing. It's an hour, and it goes by, and you think only 20 minutes happen. So check it out. If you can.
No,
It's
I know
pretty
you're
dope.
talking about Colin Quinn. Yeah.
Yeah, and he's funny. It's a
What's
dope
it called?
story. It's called The New York Story.
The New York Story by
Yeah,
Colin Quinn.
By Colin Quinn, yeah.
All right, yeah.
He has another one called Unconstitutional. That one's pretty dope as well, but start with The New York Story.
I like it. We did good. Good job, guys.
Before we
Always,
leave,
your appreciation is
if y'all see
our
if
honor.
y'all see the hat, this hat is from
Heat it up!
it's from 2010. The last time the Lakers.
Yo,
won
you
the
saw how I
championship.
did that though, Bob?
Yeah. I
No,
heard that.
really. Look at the color of your mic. Look at the color of my mic.
Mm.
I want all that smoke, bro. Heat Nation over here, boy. Laker Nation over there, boy.
I like it.
It's gonna be like that for the whole series, bruh.
I like it.
D-Wade
I
forever.
like it. But yeah, as you can see,
Check out the
like it.
tapestry.
this hat is 10 years old.
I like it.
I'm very superstitious, and I'm gonna wear this during the game.
I'm about to get that shit on right
And
now.
in Bayon's house, I'm gonna wear this.
That's fine.
Yeah.
I like it.
I'm about to go get my way of Wades
Uh-oh.
as soon as they come from China in 2027. D-Wade's still my nigga, though. I can't find them shits in store. We're looking for him for a long time.
Man, you got to get the Converse D-Wade.
Shout out to the sneaker plug who's watching or listening right now. If you can find me a pair of Way of Wades,
You got
that'd
to
be great.
get the Converse D-Wade.
Nah, I can't do those. Give me them wows.
Did he go to Jordan? Wasn't he at Jordan at one point? He left Converse and went to Jordan. Didn't he go to
I
Jordan?
had to be
and then,
super early.
and then
and then
he was Converse first.
Right. Which I'm not wearing.
And I thought he went to Jordan real quick, briefly.
I don't remember no D-Wade Jordan.
No.
Jumpman.
You know, the team, the jump man.
Yeah.
I thought he was there.
Yeah. Definitely Way of Wades. Wows. If you got them, please let me know. I got $184 for them.
So you and Lou.
Huh?
You know Lou Galaganza? Not Galaganza. Lou Payano. Serena's little
Oh,
brother.
yeah.
Man,
He's down there.
No, I know Lou Galaganza, that's why. But he's a
he
Miami
just
fan.
gone astray.
Yeah.
He's a Miami fan.
Heart over talent. We'll see.
Yeah.
Talent over heart. We'll see. Game 1 tonight.
Game one
On right now.
We rapping, no?
Yeah, we out. We out. Hey, y'all know what to do. Like, follow,
Yeah,
comment.
absolutely.
Hey, I've been seeing a lot of that, by the way. I'm gonna start calling shit out.
Good. I like it.
I've been
Do
seeing
it.
a lot of that. This whole like, follow, comment, share shit.
Oh, it's happening?
I've been seeing a lot of that.
Are you paying attention?
That's it. That's all I gotta say.
No? All right.
Shout out to y'all. Shout out to y'all. I've been seeing a lot of that.
I like it.
That's all. I had a second honorable mention. Pitbull on Drink Champs. Check that out.
Oh, you dropping some
I've been
science.
missing Drink Champs, man, because I'm back in the office. I miss drink.
It was
Got me.
Yeah.
Back to work.
It was good shit. It was good
There's
shit.
a couple good Drink Champs that are out that I missed.
What was the shit he
I
said?
think that one was really, really good.
Mm-hmm.
If it wasn't for music streaming, there'd be no Facebook, no Twitter, no Instagram.
Yeah.
Right.
He did. He has a very good mindset. He has some shit, but he has very good mindset as to how he's running his business. I thought
His
that was-
brand is
yeah,
right.
Yeah,
His brand
I
is
thought
right.
that was good.
His brand is so right, we ignore his music.
Like, follow, share, comment.
No beef, Pitbull.
Y'all know what to do.
Yes, sir.
And we out of here, man.
Good job, guys. I'm happy.
Peace.